everybody. My name is Kimberly and welcome to Tuesday's Transformational Tip. Every Tuesday, I love to come on here and give tips, tricks, perspectives on the journey that I've had so far, and maybe some of these tips and tricks and perspectives can help you on your journey. I really hope so. So today I wanted to talk about something that has been coming more and more clear to me in my mind over the last 7 years. And that is the number one, what I think is the number one belief or perspective that is holding us back from our true abundance and our true vision of life. Interesting, right? And I think that is this belief or this idea or this perspective that things are never supposed to go wrong. Let that sit for a second. To think that things are always supposed to go right, my way. I think this belief trips us up in so many different areas. Have you thought about that yourself? For me, up until about 7 years ago, this was me. Exactly me. I would do that, but I don't want to deal with all the trouble. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with the stress. I can't deal with that. Have you ever said that to yourself? I have so many times, but it kept me in a very limited space. There's this idea that things are not supposed to go wrong, and it's not realistic in a sense that it's kind of, when I get there, everything will be perfect. And nothing is ever perfect. The perfection is our ability to be able to deal with something as it comes. If you look at some of the greatest entrepreneurs, that's the thing they always say: we are problem solvers. So it's not that things are not ever supposed to go wrong or everything's always supposed to go my way. It's that when it happens, we know exactly what to do. And I know for me, 7 years ago, it was around about then when things started to become obvious to me that I have to start looking at whatever this thing is. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. And so when I started digging, of course, Tuesday's transformational tip is always about digging, right? Because that's where we get to the root. Excuse me. So I started really looking at what is underneath. I don't want to deal with it. Why don't I want to deal with it? And what I discovered is, first of all, I was afraid of even the feelings themselves. A little bit of feeling like maybe I won't know what to do. And I think a lot of that is about the feelings and emotions that are behind something that goes wrong, something that goes awry. And we have this, excuse me, we have this, we're not really used to, and I did this in not last week's, but the week before when I was talking about overwhelm. We have this inability, we're not practiced in dealing with our own emotions, our own fears, our own anxieties. And so we let those box us into this really tiny place of, I don't want to deal with it. I would love to get into real estate, but I don't want to deal with the tenants. How many people do I hear say that? Because we're in real estate, and yes, there are a lot of problems that come with it. It's not if something happens, it's if I had a problem. No, there is a problem. It's like there is always going to be something, but the idea that something will happen and I will know what to do. I can regulate myself. When we get into the rhythm of being able to self-regulate, being able to address the emotions as they come up, and we're not afraid of those emotions, then we start to unbox ourselves from this limited box, we'll say, that we put ourselves in. Just think about in your own life, where have you boxed yourself in? For me, it was definitely in being an entrepreneur. And so when I started to unpeel that, I started getting all of these ideas. I don't have the right idea, and it was getting in the way. But the truth is, I was just afraid to deal with my own emotions and my own feelings and my own fears. So when I started to unwrap that, the ideas just started to flow. And then I started to execute, and I started realizing that step by step, take the next best step, take the next best step. And then I started getting there and a whole new path started to unfold. So I invite you to think about in your own life where you could probably start looking at this and addressing it and start unfolding that, getting that confidence to be able to deal with things as they come up, knowing that you can deal with it as it comes up and see what starts to unfold. I would almost bet that that's one of the biggest reasons why you're not taking the next step in your vision, in your true abundance, because within that true abundance is the true abundance of our feelings and the true abundance of our emotions. If they're not allowed to do whatever they need to do, then it won't show up in our life. Like abundance is abundance everywhere, in every single category. And so I know for myself, when I started really unpacking that, and I'm speaking from experience, it wasn't easy in the beginning, but as I got used to it, like I said on the video for overwhelm, when we start getting used to it, it starts to become second nature. And we just start to expect, oh yeah, there's going to be problems and I'm going to know exactly what to do. And if I don't know exactly what to do, I'm going to find someone who knows exactly what to do and it's going to be fine. Let's go. And so you can see the different energetics of those two different paths of, I don't want to deal with it. I can't deal with it. I hear so many people say to me all the time, I'd love to do that, but I don't want to deal with it. I can't deal with it. And so they have this vision and this idea of abundance that they want, that they feel like is for them, but it's just, they're always stopping themselves right there, like I did before 7 years ago. So I know I have compassion for that because I see, yes, this is why I'm doing this video. If not to change everything, but just to bring a little bit of awareness to, of course, my perspective to what I think is the number one thing. I really think now there's a lot of subtleties underneath that, like the art of dealing with our own emotions and our own feelings. But for sure, if we have these goals and these visions and these ideas that we really want to live and we really want to express and we want to be of service in the world and it's calling us forward, this is definitely something that would be really wise to start to unwrap and start to practice, like that practice of going within and just appreciating those emotions and having the confidence and the practice to go in and do that. And then we start to see that when we come across these things that we really want to do or we would love to do, or, oh, that would be so much fun, but I don't want to deal with that. But I don't want to deal with it just kind of subsides. And it's, yeah, then the ideas start to come. And then the energy that needs to lift that project off the ground starts to come. And that's where the fun really is. It's where the fun really is. I have not had so much fun as I've had in the last 7 years, and it's getting more and more and more. Of course, the art of self-management and dealing with ourselves and our emotions and our feelings, we're always getting better at it. And as I've gotten better at it, there have been so much interesting ideas and things and opportunities come my way. And so I want to leave you guys with that and see what happens in your mind after you listen to this and see where you can apply it in your life and maybe even journal some stuff. And that's it for Tuesday's transformational tip. So if you have any questions or anything about these videos, send me an email at info@kimberlypatey.com or leave a comment. I always get back to everyone that writes in. I love sharing this, having this community with you guys. I'm really, really grateful that you are here with me. And today's a beautiful, beautiful day. So I want to wish you a beautiful day. Keep transforming. Courage. You will get there. I believe in you. I'm here for you. And I will see you on the next Tuesday's transformational tip. Mwah.